Vikings. No, not those Vikings, these Vikings. Once too OP for Europe, they became notorious for raids throughout Europe. Originally from Scandinavia, they expanded to various regions. They became known for their violence and ruthlessness. So what happened during the Viking Age? Let's get into it. Europe in the 8th century got its first taste of Viking smoke in 739. They raided Lindisfarne Priory, they took their loot, and clapped a bunch of monks. This really shook Europe as a holy place was attacked and showed how good they were at raiding. So when they got wrecked, Europe knew they weren't dealing with average thugs, they were dealing with a new threat. The Vikings exposed Europe's weak spots and continued to clobber them for loot. Their secret sauce: elite naval skills, fast raids, and clean retreats. They were goaded with a strategy, and like they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This method scored them win after win during their conquest. They rolled in with long ships, those slick boats that were built for speed and sneaky landings. When you saw one of those pull up, it was already too late. All hell was about to break loose. By 794, they targeted Monk or Mouth Jarrow Abbey. The Vikings pulled up and realized these guys were going out like that. Some Viking leaders got dropped and the rest dipped. After that L, England got a break from raids for about 40 years. So the Vikings pivoted, they started going off in Ireland and Scotland instead. Iona Heavy, a place off Scotland's west coast, was attacked not once but 3 times. The raiding handed that bout in 795, 802, and 806. It got so bad that people abandoned the site and went to kills. That's 3 raids in over a decade. Vikings were relentless. By 839, Vikings were putting that pressure against the Picts. Killing their king and his brother, handing out elves back to back is what the Vikings were known for. And in the year 866, the Vikings grouped together as the Great Heathen Army to conquer Europe. Philip was ready for them and linked with other English kingdoms to protect York but failed. The heathens secured the W and took York. Gala died. Legend says he got the blood eagle treatment, though that's debated. Later on, Vikings changed how they saw the British Isles. Instead of raiding, they saw it as a way to colonize. So they switched up with larger armies on British shores and started posting up. In 875, the heathen army split up into 2, one back to Wessex led by Guthrum, and the other led by Halfdan going north. Halfdan would later be the founder of Danelaw, a Viking ruled zone in England. Around this time, Vikings were either fighting for land or extorting kingdoms or silver. Wessex, a place that had beef with the Vikings, had King Alfred go up against Halfdan. During the second wave of attacks, Alfred would give up his land to them in 876. They would keep securing more land to Mercia and East Anglia. King Alfred wouldn't back down but was converted into Somerset. He would go into hiding in Athelney. Alfred then regrouped his men and finally secured a W from the Vikings in East Anglia. After the Battle of Edington, a peace treaty was written out between the 2 kings, known as the Treaty of Alfred and Guthrum. It set boundaries to each of their kingdoms. North and East Danelaw was under the Vikings, while the south and west areas were under the Anglo-Saxons. Alfred didn't just chill after that. He built defenses, organized new militia, and even started a navy. 892, a Viking army with 250 ships staked out in Appledore, Kent, with another 80 ships in Milton Regis. They continuously attacked Wessex, but with the new defenses they couldn't get through. The Vikings gave up and went to East Anglia and Northumbria, with some going to Normandy. Alfred kept fighting his ops and even his daughter joined in. He would keep fighting until his reign ended in 899. Later, Edward the Elder would succeed him and continue the fight. Once Edward died in 924, his son Aethelstan took over in 927. He clobbered the Vikings in York, making him the first Anglo-Saxon ruler of England. In 934, he invaded Scotland and forced Constantine II to surrender to him, making a fool out of him. This pissed off the Scots and Vikings, so they tried getting their lick back but failed, losing at the Battle of Bramber. After this, the Vikings lost their power in northern Britain. After Aethelstan's death in 939, the Vikings took York back and wouldn't be reconquered until 954. Edward's son Edmund became king of England in 939. After Edmund was killed, his younger brother Eadred became king. Northumbria was wild during this reign, flip-flopping between Eric Bloodaxe and Olaf Sigtryggsson. Eric came back one last time, but in 954, Eadred said nah and kicked him out permanently. Under Wessex rule, Edgar the Peaceful, England was unified. Edgar was seen as king of England by the Vikings and Anglo-Saxons, but by 980 the raiders came back and attacked again. The English government gave the Vikings protection money, about £10,000. The Vikings over the next decade extorted more money from them. King Aethelred became more hostile and had all the Danes slaughtered living in England. This happened in 1002 and was known as the St. Brice's Massacre. King Sweyn of Denmark heard of the massacre and attacked England. Exeter, Hampshire, and Wiltshire and Salisbury were part of the revenge attack. In 1004, his army looted East Anglia, Thetford, and Norwich. After this, he went back to Denmark. In 1006 and 1007, Sweyn was paid £10,000 to leave. Sweyn returned in 1013 and became king, with King Ethelred going to Normandy. Sweyn died 5 weeks later, and Ethelred slid back and kicked Sweyn's son Canute out. In 1015, Canute came with a large fleet and began his campaign. After winning the Battle of Assenbrunn, Canute and Edmund agreed to split England. Canute got the north and Edmund got the south. Whoever died first would get the whole kingdom. Edmund died first, and Canute became the new head honcho. He was crowned in 1017 and ruled England and Denmark. After his death in 1035, his two kingdoms separated. King of Norway, Harald Hardrada, led an invasion of England in 1066 with 300 longships and 10,000 soldiers. After the death of Edward the Confessor, Harold wanted all the power to himself. He secured a few W's through Normandy and Mercia at the Battle of Fulford. He was feeling himself a little too much and went south. King Harold Godwinson was waiting for him. During the Battle of Stamford Bridge, Hardrada was slaughtered with most of his men. Vikings took the L, while the Norman invasion took the W. Hardrada's invasion is described as the end of the Viking Age.